Hello YouTube. Okay, we're going to get to the real point of the video here real quick. Oh, actually we're doing some cooking anyway, but later in the video we got to do a flag change. We already took our Cubs flag down last night. I'll show you how beat up it is in a little bit here. And that's why we're going to get hopefully we'll get a new one for Christmas. Hopefully, if not, we'll get one in January or February ourselves, basically. So what we're going to do is, I had plans for, I don't know, I have to decide if we're going to do beer can chicken or not, because if I start the chicken in the crock pot, I'm already running 2 hours late. So I got to debate, should I go get, yeah, let's do, if I can find the equipment, I would say let's do beer can chicken tonight. I'll show you how we do beer can chicken, basically. I don't think we have done it on the vlog lately. I don't know if we ever did it or not, but it's not much of a recipe, but I just gotta go get a couple things real quick and be right back. Okay, just got back. Angie's home. Hi Angie, how you doing? How's your day?
Good. Hello YouTube.
Okay, you're busy over there, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start this beer can chicken. I had to run over to get some beer. I had to go get the cheap brand. I don't like to use the expensive brand, but yeah, oh boy. So, hang on a second. So, we got our chicken right here. We got our wonderful little tool that's going to put the beer can in here, but the problem is I can't have a full can of beer in there because, well, I could. But I think I forgot to get something to seal the top, so we're going to use aluminum foil of some kind to seal it in, because they recommend a potato or an onion. We don't have neither right now because we use our last of the fresh potatoes out. And the cheap beer we're getting, they didn't sell this by the 6-pack, so we had to get the whole 12-pack basically. But we're all going to use one can. It's called the sacrificial lamb. And at the end of the cooking process, you're going to see why it is a sacrificial lamb, basically. So right now, let's get this put together right now before the battery goes dead. For some reason, I'm not charging this camera. Okay, I had to throw a charger on there. I forgot to do other 2 ingredients. We're using this, and we're also using some of this to season the outside somewhat. And we're going to get the big bag out. That's we're going to shake it all up. I got to get the beer in the refrigerator, but I need to keep one can out. So that's, like I said, it's our sacrificial lamb. And the other ones I'm going to drink sparingly throughout the weekend. How's that? Okay, when I opened up the chicken, I had to remove the neck and gizzards, because that's what you get if you like that stuff. Usually that's our waste. I don't really care for the liver and gizzards and the neck portion. Some people likes it and all that stuff. If you like the liver and gizzards, leave it down in the comments down below and that. So what we're gonna do is we gotta get some seasonings going here real quick. We're gonna preheat our oven to 250 degrees because we're gonna slow cook it for a while, for at least a few hours. Then on the final hour of cooking, we'll crank it up to about 350 degrees for the final hour, maybe an hour and a half. But I think at least the last hour should do. And the chicken should fall off the bone somewhat, like turkey and all that stuff. So right now, I'm just getting stuff pre-seasoned already, and we'll mix it all up, okay? Be right back. Oh, by the way, the seasoning of the chicken and the breading of the chicken always works when the chicken is thawed. Just make sure it's pretty well coated and all that stuff. Be careful with the juices and all that stuff because that's E. coli. So you gotta make sure clean your hands before you touch the video equipment and all that stuff. You don't want to spread E. coli any way, shape, or form. So just be careful in that general area. But right now, we're just going to season all up and that. So we're almost done seasoning and breading. So right now, let's go to the next phase. Okay. Well, I should have closed the can, but there's our beer can right there. I know the pan's a little bit small, I'm gonna let you guys know. I've done it this way many times, long before there was YouTube. Okay, so just let you guys know that, so save your comments on that area, okay? So now you got our chicken pretty well seasoned. We'll toss that aside because you can't reuse it. We're going to open up the back end, and we're going to carefully slide it open. This is what I call, the beer is the sacrificial lamb right now. As of right now. So it's a sacrificial lamb. We're going to slide it right over the beer can. We're going to put it down there. We're going to spread the legs out. Make sure it's balanced. The neck is right there, so actually we should have took the neck out, but we're gonna use the neck as the seal. Basically, we're gonna use the neck as a seal. So we'll leave the neck in as a seal. So the neck is still in there, but what's going to happen is we're going to be slicing this up in pieces and that. So right now, let's do some other stuff first, and I want to use the same breadcrumbs on the same chicken to coat it in certain areas that I touched. Okay, be right back. Okay, I think the chicken is ready to be put in the oven. We had to preheat the oven to 250 degrees. We're going to do that for about maybe 4 hours. I better get it in now, so it'll be 7. We're looking at supper time around 7 o'clock tonight, basically. So we got the extra wire rack out, so that's what it's going to look like in the oven, basically with the lower rack down. And I'm going to show you how we're going to set it in, okay? And we got to make sure it stays balanced. Okay, I decided to put the little foil on top where the neck is, just to make sure it's sealed. We're going to cook it like this for about 4.5 hours. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do another phase with the chicken. We'll cover it with complete foil later to make sure the tin, because it tends to dry out the skin and skin becomes tough. So on the final cooking hour, we will put it all in. So here we go. Make sure it's nice and straight, all clear from the inside. If you guys can see, can you see inside real quick? See how much clearance we have inside the oven? And we're good to go. So say goodbye, chicken. Bye bye. See you later. Alright, see you later. It's going to be some good beer can chicken, which we haven't had for a while. So, yeah, I got this battery charger in the way. So, let's take care of that, and let's get going. Okay, we had some editing issues on last night's video. I was able to hopefully clear them up this time. I'm hoping we're good to go on that video that you actually watched last night. I hope you watched last night because I had to re-edit it 3 times, basically. So, something happened along the way. So, right now, we already took the compass flag off the patio, and I don't know if Angie's not going to be very helpful or not, but
give me a minute.
Okay, she'll be over here real quick here. Since I had not done beer can chicken in a long time, we're looking at possibly 6:30 at the latest to start to look into it, but we'll check it about 5:30 to see what the situation calls for, because then what we'll do is we'll do a full coverage on the chicken, put full foil on it, cover it up pretty good, and we'll blast it up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Hopefully that will finish the cooking process. But we're looking at possibly maybe early as 7 o'clock to 7:30 for supper. And usually we'll make sandwiches out of it, or just eat the pieces of chicken. Angie will usually have the legs and wings. I usually have the thighs and breasts, but usually we end up making sandwiches or something on the next day, or something like that. So we'll have a little leftovers on the next day, depending on what kind, we don't know. We might make homemade chicken noodle soup, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, just to let you guys know, we have 2 flagpoles, and oh, by the way, we don't have the W flag on that one, right? Because we took it off last night.
We took it off last night.
This flagpole we're going to replace. We're going to show you how bad of it is, right?
Yes.
Show how bad the flag is first, okay? We'll show how it happened, basically. We'll show how bad that compass flag. We had this flag for a long time. This just happened just recently, during the playoffs. It's a mess.
I think the wind got it.
Wind got it, but we're going to show you where it got it. Get down here, Angie. We're going to point it down here. This is what you call a bad flagpole. because
Whoa.
we had this was the last 5 years
Yeah.
on this, and what happened was the flag got caught up right in here, because this is the broken part right here. So we're gonna have to replace this in a whole flagpole with something new later this winter, right?
Yes.
So we get a new one. So I'll show the good flagpole. Okay, this is the good flagpole. We're going to see the part up there that stays up there permanently. And this is the part that broke off on the other flagpole. It's that part. This is the one that slides up and down and makes sure the flag is loose. It's our Blackhawks flag. So we're going to go ahead and put that out because we had our W flag on there. Our Cubs W flag was on it. We took it off. We replaced it with this one.
Because the Cub season is over.
Or we could put our Bears flag on it, but Bears season, I'll say, is over also, right? So the Blackhawks just got started.
I figured let's put hockey out so this flag it can stay out all winter.
Well, not all winter. We'll just keep it out for certain games and certain weather situations.
Done.
Or until certain weather situations like blizzards and all that stuff or high winds, we'll have to bring it in to protect it, right?
Yes.
Right now, let's go put it out. Okay, here's Angie. Does it like a boss, as always. Sorry about the sun. Yeah, there you go. That's how you do it. Now you're doing... That's how you mount your Blackhawks flag. It's a smaller flag, right? But
yes.
It works. It works. That's all. Right now, let's get inside. I'm getting attacked by these beetles. Angie said, how's the chicken coming? It's 5 o'clock right now. It's been in the oven for about 2.5 hours. We're just going to check it here real quick and see what it looks like. See what it does is it generates enough steam to steam the chicken from inside as the outside is getting roasted. Right now the skin's a little tough like it usually does, so what we're going to do is to help doing that problem, we're going to wrap it with foil and we're going to turn on the heat for up to 350 degrees for another hour. Then I think it should be about done. Right now it's 2.5 hours to this point right now, and I said about 3. So like I said, it's been a while. So let's figure it out. I put a foil coat around. I didn't go over it. What I did was I took the foil and I wrapped 2 things of foil around. Well, one thing around it I didn't have long enough, so I had to put another piece. So it should have one big foil wrap around it, something like this. This is what I usually do. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put it back in. We're going to crank it up to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to put this bad boy back in the oven for approximately for another hour. Okay, tonight after supper, basically Angie and I, or maybe just Angie, will be watching Game 6, I think, between the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. If the Yankees win, they face another Yankee-Dodger World Series. Snooze fest, somewhat. Otherwise, we're hoping Houston come back and force Game 7. Something like that. So we'll have to see what we say on tomorrow night's video. Of course, time you watch this video, you'll probably know the results anyway, because like I've always said in the past videos, we film our videos ahead of time, so we're good to go. This video is getting pretty lengthy because we're still waiting for dinner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're out here enjoying the sunset in a way. Yep. Of course, it's that time of year where we have more sun coming into the light than the summertime, because summertime usually the sun's behind us in a way. So
it's okay.
But it's okay because when the sun goes through this glass during the winter, we don't have to turn on the furnace during the day. It's only at night.
Right.
And that. So take advantage of the sunlight and free heat with this glass, basically, almost.
Don't break it.
Don't break it. That's right. I don't want maintenance up here. Right now, we're about ready to pull it out here in a little bit here. Angie can smell it. I think the whole neighborhood can smell it. I can smell it. And it allows the beer to boil and steam even further. To steam from the inside of the chicken. That's how it's supposed to work. To steam the chicken from the inside with the beer and all that stuff. You can also use soda pop if you want to, but not highly recommended, basically. But I would say beer works the best. I've always used a cheap brand of beer, like I told you earlier in the video. Alright, I know the video is getting a little lengthy here, but we got to do a couple more phases here. First of all, we got to take the coat off, the foil coat. Now you can see the steam coming right out. And now it's softened up because that coat softens up the crust. It's still going to be a little tough, but it softens it up. But you can see the steam coming out of it right now. Basically, it's coming out pretty good. So that's what the beer can is supposed to do. That's the neck I showed you. So we're going to let that cool down before we can pull it off and cut it out, because you're going to see how messy that can of beer is. And that's why it's called that can of beer is a sacrificial lamb. They say alcohol runs amok. I'll tell you what, this is very abusive to alcohol because we cooked the beer in that chicken, and you can see why it's not drinkable once we pull this thing off.
It's not Cap.
It's not Cap. Well, it's not dinner yet because we're still waiting for this thing to cool off. There was some steam coming out of there a little bit here. Sitting on that can of chicken like a boss. And we're ready to pull it off. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm taking a fork and just kind of pry it loose so I can just pull it right off. But it's still going to be hot. So be extra careful, okay? So I'm just using a fork, just kind of prying it loose because it is stuck to the apparatus I showed you early in this video. And we're going to see how messy the beer can is. Right now, we'll just see what happens. Okay, there's the chicken. That's where the beer can was, right up its, you know where, up its butt. And there it is. That's what it looks like when it's done. With the seasoning that I use, breadcrumbs and any other seasoning. Almost like a homemade shake and bake. Oh, by the way, you want to see what the beer can looks like? Look how messy that beer can is. Yeah, that's why it's called a sacrificial lamb. Thank you, this brand of beer. It's a cheap brand of beer. Milwaukee's Best Light. Thank you very much. You always do well with our beer can chicken. That's why I use the cheap beer. And now we have to slice it up, dice it up, and put it in pieces, and see what it looks like, okay? It's going to be messy, okay? Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, this is Angie's dinner. 2 wings, 2 legs. And I'm going to cut all that. The skin came right off, so it's nice and good. I'll eat the skin. Chicken breast right there, I can fry in sandwiches. There's a couple thighs in there yet. So, right now, we're going to eat. Enjoy beer can chicken.
Can I have a knife?
Yes, you can.
Please and thank you.
Right now, I'm going to eat the fattiest part of the chicken. It's the skin. Mmm.
Yum.
A lot of flavor in that one. Good. Now let's just fillet the rest of the sandwiches or whatever I want with it. Okay, there it is. There's my dinner. 2 breasts, 2 thighs. If I don't eat it all, I can always make sandwiches later and something like that. So, that's how we do beer can chicken. It's nice and tender. There's a little beer flavor to it, something like that, so you guys should try it. Oh, that was delicious. We just got done eating.
Yes, it was.
Angie finished all of hers. I didn't finish mine. I'm going to save that second breast I showed on a later date. Probably tomorrow for lunch, and Angie will have some either egg salad or ham sandwiches, whatever we got.
I think I'm going to have ham sandwiches. I think the egg salad's gone.
I think we finished up our egg salad today for lunch and that. So we used about 5 pounds of chicken, between 5 and 6 pounds of chicken, which is good. Hy-Vee had it on sale for about, at the time, 88 cents when I bought it per pound. So why not, basically.
Good deal. Gotta take advantage of them.
And that allows us to have a little extra money to buy ourselves cheap beer, and that makes us to have beer can chicken. If I remember to keep one more can of later, we'll probably do it one more time, but we'll make it part of the vlog, basically. So we just want to show you guys another good recipe by the Angie and Chuck Show. Try beer can chicken. It's real good. Oh, by the way, what happened to the contents of the beer? We dumped it out because it was ugly.
And the can got garbaged.
And the can would be garbage because we can't clean it very well. No. So we'll lose 5 cents here in the state of Iowa because we can't clean it. So it's going to be garbage. So we just threw away 5 cents. Yep. But who cares? It's only 5 cents, right?
Right.
We'll probably make more on this video. We'll probably make 10 cents on this video.
Or more.
More, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. What do you guys think about the recipe? If you have tried it, come back to this video and leave your comments down if you have tried it, or if you already have tried it, leave it down in the comments down below. But right now, we're going to wrap up this video.
Please like, share, subscribe. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you later. Bye.